When the first season came out, everybody was talking about Beastars. And even when the second season came out, it was still massively marketed, massively talked about, and a genuine big-time anime. But now already, 2 final seasons of Beastars have come out, and the anime has officially ended, and nobody is talking about it. So then I went and tried to do some research to find out why is nobody talking about Beastars, and to be more precise, I wanted to find out how did they mess up the ending so bad. And quite honestly, I have never in my life heard a story as bizarre as the one concerning Beastars anime ending. Well, like I said, Beastars used to be a huge thing. Everybody was talking about it, and it's no secret that after the second season, barely anybody speaks about it. Now, a part of that problem is a big wait between the end of season 2 and the start of the final season or season 3. But secondly, it just feels like both Studio Orange and Netflix just don't care about it. It's just kind of crazy because when the first season of Beastars came out, it was kind of like the thing that popularized CG 3D anime because it was very freaking good. So it's kind of bad to see like this anime that once used to be titled as like one of the pioneers, I guess, and now nobody just gives a shit about it. I also want to make this the very first instance of me using the opening method. It's basically this thing where I noticed that if the opening of an anime is kind of, let's call it lazy and uninspiring, and it has a lot of those, you know, stereotypical anime shots like characters fighting the air, that is a good sign to see that the anime adaptation will not be the greatest. And honestly, this opening of Beastars, visually it's pretty fun. There's a lot of cool things, but the song is just this piano riff, and honestly, it's kind of disappointing, and it kind of tells you a lot you need to know about the adaptation, that it's kind of like good enough, which is sad to see because the first 2 openings for Beastars season 1 and 2 were, well, still to this day are touted some of the greatest anime openings out there. I heard they cut off some stuff from the manga in seasons 1 and 2, but it was mostly like still pretty great. But when the final season part 1 came out like last year, a lot of fans said that a lot of stuff was cut off from that season. And honestly, I haven't read the manga, and when I was watching the anime, I could feel it, like you cannot escape it. But then, as it always does, really quickly the news came out that there's gonna be a part 2, and okay, that's gonna finish up the anime. It's gonna be even better. No, holy moly, it's insane to see how sauceless this final season is. It's still good, like it still moves okay, it's that usual Beastars thing, but there's like no passion behind it. It seems like every scene is made just to be made, you know, just like a pure, well, actually quite accurate, like just a Netflix thing with just like pumped out content. Like there's only a single scene with actual sauce in it, and that's when like the main bad guy grabs Haru. But okay, how is the season as well? Did it manage to like patch up some, actually, you know, I'm not like, even gonna do that. It was genuinely so weird to watch, because again, it wasn't terrible. There is a story to be followed, but it feels like they took out parts from the final season part 1 and then adapted them here in part 2, because part 1 actually had bigger stakes, and it seemed like it was building up to a climax more than this season, or this season part 2. I fucking hate those names. Why could you just call it season 4? And then the final episode. Holy moly, that was the stupidest final episode I have ever seen, because it just happens in a split second. When the credits start, they do that one of those things where they do give you like the recap, the epilogue of where everybody ends up, and they do it in a minute. And then at the end you see Legoshi and Haru, and they're happy, and they're like, ah, we're a couple. The end. What the fuck? I feel like I'm more upset about this than I should be, but I really liked Beastars. Not like that though, not like the last 2 seasons really seemed like they were rushed and seriously rushed. But why was it? I genuinely wanted to find out why, so I just tried to do some research, and what I found was genuinely hilarious. Because first and foremost, like this final season adapted like 50 chapters or something crazy like that, which, like, okay, like a lot of anime can also like adapt certain manga and adapt a lot of chapters and it'd be okay. Oshinoko is a great example because some chapters are just like very fast paced even in manga, but come on man, this was too much. And then I found out that the original ending to the manga was actually seriously hated, but then apparently, and don't quote me on this, but the original mangaka, she kind of tried to work with the animation team to make the ending better. That's why it's changed. As far as I know, like the ending to the anime is not completely different, but like a very big chunk of it is different to the manga. But even still, because of either Netflix or whoever, it still ended up like botched and rushed. The poor author, like, because the manga, as far as I heard it, is great, and from the story from the anime, what they adapted well is great. And then you have a bad ending. It happens. happens. I mean, my goat Gege Akutami is like 0 for 2 currently. But then you wanna go with the anime and try to fix it. And I'm guessing gives notes, because the changes that I did notice did actually seem kind of like, okay, yeah, it seems like some stuff they didn't wrap up in the manga, like with Luis's backstory going out. Oh, actually not backstory, but him revealing his, well, backstory and all of that. But even still, like, that's such like bad luck, you know. But what this did make me is want to read the manga, and sometimes, probably pretty soon, I will actually try to read the whole Beastars manga to genuinely see like what the anime did wrong, or maybe even better, and try to compare it. But yeah, this is just bizarre and seriously unfortunate, because like even when the final seasons came out, I was still extremely hyped for them and really happy to watch them. But I mean, at least we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on Netflix.